Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me again. Today we are going to do a reformer workout using one ball, and you're going to need one medium spring. So for me on the Align, that's going to be one red spring. We're going to stay for the entire flow on one red spring. So you won't need to change it throughout the workout. You're going to come and lie on your back with the feet on the platform, and the ball's going to go in between the knees to begin with. So shuffle all the way down towards the end of the carriage so that when you lie back, you're not too close to the shoulder rest. The ball's going to go in between the knees. And from here, you're going to lengthen the arms alongside the body on the carriage. We're going to do some gentle pelvic tilts here. So make sure the feet are fixed onto the platform here. Feel free to shuffle around. When you're ready, you're going to start to tilt the pelvis and relaxing back to neutral. You want to feel like you're closing that space between the body and the carriage. There shouldn't be any space here as we work through these anterior pelvic tilts. Let's do a few more like this. And then from here, you're going to peel all the way up to the top of your glute bridge. You're going to hold at the top for a couple of seconds, and then you're going to send the glutes just halfway down and then back to the top, keeping that tension on the ball. Halfway down, back to the top. Try and keep the glutes engaged the whole time here as you drop just halfway down and then back to the top, moving up and down with control. We're trying to keep the carriage really still and stable here the whole time as much as possible. Last two like this. And then on the next one, we're going to hold it at the top and we're going to start to articulate the spine down one vertebrae at a time, touches the carriage. Again, peel all the way up, just holding at the top for a couple of seconds before you start to peel down again, moving with intention, moving with control. Every single time. We're going to do a couple more of these full range bridges here. And once we're all the way down, you're going to now release the ball. Just place it onto the floor. We're not going to use it for the next exercise. For the next one, I'm going to hold the top of my glute bridge and I'm going to isolate into a single leg here. So I'm going to peel all the way up, holding at the top of my bridge without going so high that I flare the chest and the ribs. I'm keeping my upper body, my chest and ribs to stay neutral. I'm going to lift my right leg up towards the sky. I'm going to point the toes down, try and get that leg in line with the other knee, and then back up. Lower that leg down and back up. I'm going to do this a few more times. Last two. And last one. And then from here, I'm going to peel all the way down. Have a very quick reset while I swap feet over. Now my right foot's going to stay fixed into the platform. I'm going to extend my left leg up, peel all the way up, and then I'm going to lower that left leg down and up. Again, I'm trying to check my alignment here in the mirror. I'm going to try and reach my right knee with my left leg. Feel free to check your alignment here. If you are doing solo workouts, you do need to make sure that you are checking your alignment at all times. You don't have a physical teacher with you. Down and up. Last three. Last two. And last one like this, and then all the way down. Again, hug the knees in towards the chest. Have a nice little reset here, please. Feel free to wiggle the ankles around here. Hug the knees in tight towards the chest. And then from here, you're going to come and lie on your back again. And for the next one, it's called a variation of the corkscrew. So we're going to take hold of either the pegs behind us or the shoulder rests, wherever you can comfortably reach your elbows wide. So I'm going to take hold of the pegs, the hooks for the loops here. I'm going to try and imprint my spine into the carriage. My left leg's going to shoot up towards the ceiling, and then my right leg's also going to join it. From here, I'm going to send the legs down towards the left side of the room, back to the center, and then to the right, to the center, to the left again, center and right, And I'm going to try not to lift off too much. So I'm going to try and keep most of my back fixed into the carriage here as I send the legs down each side of the room and then back to the middle. Next time I shoot them over to the left, I'm going to draw a circle, scooping them round over to the right and then back to the center. Now I'm going to circle around the other way to the right, circle down left and to center, and just keep alternating here from side to side. This one is a bit of a core killer. Ooh, last one each way. And last one. Hug the knees in again towards the chest. Have a little release here. And then we're going to sit up. So for this next one, we're going to shuffle on round. So we're going to take a 4-point kneeling position facing the front. So you're going to be facing the center of the room. Just make sure that your hands are going to go directly onto the platform. You need the shoulders to be directly over the wrists. So just tuck the knees underneath. Knees are going to be connecting with the carriage. Both feet are going to be pressed up against each shoulder rest here. And then from here, you want to keep the chest at the same height the whole time, keeping that solid, strong, straight back. Everything remains in the strong 4-point position for now. From here, you're going to shoot the knees out to open the carriage and then tuck them back under. We're doing slight pelvic tilts here as we shoot the knees out to open the carriage and then bring them back in with control. Out with the knees and then back in. And then next time you send the knees out, you're going to hold them there. We're going to walk the hands onto the wooden part of the platform and the footbar, and then back to the platform, and then bring the knees in. And then next time you open the carriage, you're going to lead with the other hand first as you walk the hands forward and then onto the platform. Just keep alternating here. Every single time you walk the hands forward, keep alternating from side to side, leading with the opposite hand. Every single time, please. Take it really slowly, keeping it really controlled. The slower the better, generally in Pilates, but especially with these deep, slow movements that require a lot of control. We'll do 2 more like this, please. Try and keep the carriage as still as possible. It may move slightly, but the challenge is to keep it really still and controlled as you walk the hands out and in. And then bring the knees all the way in. From here, we're going to take a nice child's pose. You can sit back onto the heels, take the knees really wide to each side of the footbar. You're going to reach the hands forward, allow the chest to sink all the way down to the front of the carriage here. And you can gently sway from side to side. If you want a deeper stretch, you're going to push the carriage open, take the hands onto the platform, allowing a deeper stretch. If you get a really tight lower back, this is going to feel like an amazing release. Hold it here for as long as you need. And then when you're ready, you're going to round back up, bringing the carriage all the way back in to the stopper. We're going to swivel around now, and we're also going to take our ball. So I'm just going to swivel around to face this right side first. So my right leg is going to be pressed up against both shoulder rests. I want the top of that foot to be tucked right underneath me, touching the carriage here. And then from here, my left leg should run parallel to this side of the carriage. I want both sit bones to be really heavy, staying really grounded here the whole time. Try and connect them both with the carriage if you can. It's a variation of our mermaid. So traditional mermaid, where we lean into the left side if we're in this position, onto the footbar. We're doing a similar thing, but we're not going to be going into our lateral stretch as much. So we're working through some rotations with this nice position. So we're going to take the ball in the left hand. You're going to take the front strap, so the one closest to this right side, short loop in the right hand. And if you need to move on to the big loop, then please do. You're going to hold the ball at the chest. So the right hand has the ball and the short loop. The left hand has just the ball. And then from here, we're going to reach the arms forward as we take the ball out in line with the chest and then bring it back to the chest. Take the arms out straight, keeping the ball in that same line as you open and close here slightly with the arms. We're not moving the carriage much here. It may move slightly as you extend the arms out, depending on the range here. The more you reach those arms forward, the more you're going to move the carriage. If it feels like too much on the short loop, feel free to move on to the big loop. And then on this next one, you're going to hold the arms out in front. We're going to get a slight rotation over to the left side and then back to the center. So now I'm keeping a soft bend in the arms here, really gripping onto that ball. Try not to grip too much. For me, I'm really using that stability from the ball to help keep my arms in this position. I'm going to do 4 more, getting that nice twist from the ribs as I rotate the top and the middle part of my spine. Last 2. And last one like this. And then last thing I'm doing here, I'm going to keep that soft bend in the arms as I open the arms out, take the ball into the right hand. I'm going to bring the ball to the chest, take it into the left hand, and then open the arms out again. So slightly moving the carriage here as I take the ball from side to side here, just passing from each hand into the other. Take it in the chest and pass it into the other hand. Last 2. And last one like this. And relax, allow the carriage to close. Place that strap back onto the hook. We're actually going to stay in a similar position now, except we're going to stand. So this right leg is going to stay exactly where it is on the carriage, and the left foot is going to be in line with the front portion of the carriage, but on the floor. From here, just make sure that right foot is tucked under and you've got your leg pressed up against both shoulder rests. You're going to take the ball to your chest and you're going to bend into that left knee as you open the carriage, sending the hips down towards the carriage, and then extend that leg as you come back up tall. Bending into that left knee as you open the carriage, and then extend that left leg as you close the carriage. As we open the carriage, as we bend into that left side, just make sure that knee is staying directly over the ankle. Try not to bring it in. You don't want to bring it away from the ankle at all here. You want it to stay directly over the ankle as much as possible. And then from here, we're going to start passing the ball. So if you take the ball into the right hand, you're going to open the arms out now, allowing both arms to extend straight. As you open the carriage, bring it to the chest as you bend the arms in, and then pass into the left hand. Open both arms out, bring it to the chest, and swap over here. Let's do 2 more like this. Just keep watching your left knee. Just make sure it's not coming away from the ankle. It doesn't take long usually for it to slip away. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on it. And last one like this. And then bring the carriage all the way in for the last time. Just place the ball down so it's not going to be in your way. For the next exercise, we're going to come into a kneeling position facing the back of the reformer now. So now you want both knees to be fixed into the platform, and you want to lift the feet up here. So you don't want your shins to be brushing against either the wooden part of the platform or against the foot bar, as the foot bar is all the way down there. You don't want the shin to be resting on it. You want to lift them up so the knees are fixed into the platform. You're going to take your hands into the center part of the carriage and then bring the chest forward and slightly open the carriage here. So we're going to hold this, not quite a 4-point position, but a variation of almost like a kneeling plank. So from here, you're going to open the carriage. You want to take the hands away from the shoulders and then bring them back directly underneath the shoulders again. Keep both arms straight the whole time as you open the carriage and close it. Try and keep the back at the same height. Try not to drop the chest down at all. So as you open the carriage, the temptation is to often open the chest out further. Try not to do that. Try and keep everything really strong in the back the whole time here. And if you want even more, you feel free to go even lower. Just make sure you're holding the body at the same height, like I say, the whole time here. Isolating into the shoulders now, similar to how we did with the knees in our quadruped facing the front. Similar movement now, but just into the upper body. Let's do 4. Last 2. And last 1. And then bring the carriage all the way back in. From here, we're going to come and do our mermaid to the other side now. So now we're going to take our mermaid facing the other side. So now it's going to be the left leg as we're facing this left side. The left leg is going to be pressed up against both shoulder rests. Make sure you're keeping top of that foot tucked under. And then the right leg's going to run parallel to the side of the carriage, and you've got your ball close by. You might notice there's some different hip tightness on each side. So you might find it harder, like for me on this side, I'm finding it harder to connect both hip bones with the carriage. So feel free to make any adjustments. You can tuck that leg closer, bring that foot even closer on the left side, or you can adjust the right leg as well to allow you to get that nice connection on both sides with the carriage. You're then going to take the front strap. It's going to go in your left hand, and you're going to hold the ball in both hands. And then from here, keep the ball at the chest to begin with. We're going to reach the arms forward to straighten them and then bend them back in, bringing that ball back towards the chest. Extending both arms out and then bringing them back in to the chest with that ball. And you might find it a little bit harder maybe. If this is slightly a weaker side, you might find it harder to stay on the short loop. So for me, I can feel it's already more of a struggle on this side, but I'm going to try and stay on it for as long as I can. I'm going to hold both arms out straight and get that nice rotation over to the right side, back to the center. Definitely harder on this side. Both arms over. I am going to keep a soft bend in them again on this side, but I'm really going to try and stay for as long as I can on the short loop. Keep working through the breath here. Last 3 like this. And last 1. And then from here, I'm going to start to pass the ball from side to side. So I'm going to keep that soft bend. As I open the carriage, take the ball to the chest, pass it into the right hand. And then again, take the ball to the chest, into the left hand, and open again out here. Keeping it slow, controlled movement the whole time here. Again, on this side. Last couple of times here, keeping it really strong without rushing anything here. Last 1. And relax. Take that ball down onto the platform. Allow the carriage to close. Place that strap back onto the hook, and then we're going to bring our right foot down and we step up here. So that right foot's going to be connecting with the floor alongside the front portion of the carriage. The left leg's going to stay exactly where it is. I'm going to start to bend into the knees, bringing the ball to the chest. I open the carriage and then extend that leg up to close the carriage, bending into that right knee as I open and straightening that right leg as I close. And then from here, I'm going to start to pass the ball from side to side, opening the arms out. The ball goes into my right hand, bring it to the chest, pass into the left hand, open out again here, bring the ball to the chest. See how much you can straighten that right leg, stabilizing leg, without slamming the carriage. So if you feel like you need to adjust your range in this one, then please do. We're going to do it a couple more times, passing each way. If you want more range, of course, you can take the leg further out towards the front of the reformer and then straighten the leg and then close the carriage all the way in now towards a stopper. Come out of this position. You're going to take the ball out of your way now and you're going to sit onto the platform facing the back of the reformer. So I'm just going to swivel round. I'm going to use my feet essentially to open and close the carriage here. But I'm just going to shuffle down to make sure that I'm sitting on the comfier part and not on the wooden part of the platform. And then from here, I'm going to open the legs out to open the carriage. I'm going to try and lean back slightly. So I want to get the shoulders down away from the ears. I want to get the nice C shape through my back. Just hold the hands at the chest for this one. Try and exhale as you open the carriage. Inhale as you close it, as you bring the knees back in towards you, out with the legs, and then back in. And then we're going to start to add some rotations here. So next time I open the carriage, I'm going to twist over to the right side, come back to the center as I draw the knees in, twist over to the left side, shoot the legs out to open the carriage, come back to the center, and then twist around each way here. Last two on each side. Just make sure you're working with the breath. You're still exhaling as you twist, as you open the carriage. Last one each side. And last one, draw the carriage all the way in. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Have a nice little reset here. Lovely. And for the final exercise, guys, we are going to do a variation of the plank into a pike. So for this one, you are going to stay on one medium spring. That's going to stay on the one red spring on the align. If you want more of a challenge, feel free to take it to one light or one very light spring if you have a yellow or a blue on your reformer or any other equivalent of light or super light spring. Otherwise, you're going to stay on one medium. You're going to take your hands onto the platform, and if it's too much, if it feels like it's just really too much of a challenge, you can take the feet up against the shoulder rest and work through your pike with both feet against the shoulder rest. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come onto my knees first, very, very carefully, getting there. I'm going to take the hands onto the platform and then I'm going to tuck my toes underneath. The feet are going to be connecting with the center of the carriage here. So I'm going to come all the way up. I'm going to start to open the carriage and then I'm going to keep my left foot fixed into the carriage. My left toes and the ball of the foot is going to be fixed in. I'm going to then cross my right leg over the top of that foot. So from here, I'm going to scoop the belly in as I tuck my chin towards my chest, sending the hips up to the sky, and then I'm going to send them out into plank as I open the carriage here. Again, tucking under as I send the hips up towards the sky, and then all the way out into plank. So please take this one at your own pace. Work with what feels good for you today, shooting the hips up, and then out into plank. I'm then going to cross over, so very carefully I'm going to swap the feet over. So now my right foot, the ball of the foot and the toes are going to be connecting into the centre of the carriage. And then I'm going to scoop up, sending the hips up again, and then down into plank. Let's do 2 more like this, guys. And relax. Allow the carriage to close. Come down onto your knees. Feel free to take another child's pose here. If you want a deeper stretch, you'll probably want to roll the wrists around. We've done quite a lot of weight bearing today on the wrists, so just feel free to pull the fingers in towards you, stretching the wrists out a little bit more here, and shake the arms out. And that is us done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please let me know if you give this workout a go. I would really appreciate any comments, any feedback, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.